Hello and welcome to this XtremeRPM broadcast. This is Starting Grid, episode number 4, and is brought to you by Trustmaster, as always, here on XtremeRPM. Today I'm Henrique with you. Today I'm not only today, every day, but anyway, I'm with you, and I'm alone. First time on Starting Grid. I'm gonna do it alone. I tried to persuade Pinto to do it with me, but apparently he doesn't like to talk in English. So I'm gonna do it alone. Don't. To be brutally honest with you, I don't criticize him for that. But we have to start, and on this starting grid, we have a slighter, smaller starting grid since racing on XtremeRPM over the last 2 weeks slowed down a bit. We have to talk about mini challenge, Nations F1 test race WRC, because the Rally Boys have been on Sweden. Mexico. And F1 test race, and then we're gonna do F1 preview. So the F1 preview will be in this video instead of making a new one for preview alone. It's just easier, and it cuts a lot of time too. So I have to talk about mini challenge, and the minis have been to their first round, Vallelonga. And we got thereabouts 9 drivers, which is not a lot of drivers. But anyway, here we are, 9 drivers. Qualify went for Mr. Frank Blackendal. It's a new driver on XtremeRPM, that's for sure. 118.2 was followed by Rudy Coupen. This one is not new. 118.4, so 2/10 of a second away. And then Robert Nienkamper. That's another name that you probably will be more familiar with. 119.1. 9/10 away, and then there's Philippe Branco in 4th, 119.4, and Nicola Simic from Verve Sport completing the top 5, 119.6. It was 1.4 seconds separating the first from the 5th. The last driver in the qualify was Nemanja Pavlovic, and he didn't post the time, so there you go. Even though he did post 3 laps. Race 1 with only 8, so Pavlovic didn't even went to race, so here we go. Rudy Coupen won the race after starting in second place. Robert Nienkamper was second after starting on third. Juan Van Duren was third, and Philippe Branco maintained the 4th place, and then Frank Blackendal, after starting on pole position, dropped to 5th place. The difference between 1st and 5th was 21 seconds, and the difference between 1st and 2nd, Robert Nienkamper, was 10.7 seconds, 16 laps, and the first 25 points for Rudy Coupen, the Dutch driver, getting his first win. Since this is a 2-race event, second race, grid inverted, obviously. Frank Blackendal didn't manage to win the first race, managed to win the second one, and with a difference of 20 seconds, so quite a dominance there over Juan Van Duren. He was second. Rudy Coupen was third after the win on the first race. Nicola Simic was 4th, and Dudukovic, almost didn't say that, from Verve Sport, 2 drivers from Verve Sport, and 45th place, finished the top 5 at 32.5 seconds away from Frank Blackendal. Almost mustn't say his name. But that's 25 points for Frank. As for driver standings, Rudy Koppen is in first with 41 points. Frank is in second with 36. In third with 36 as well is Juan Van Doren. Robert Nienkamper is in fourth with 30. Nikola Simic is in fifth with 22. Jovica Dudukovic is in sixth with 21. Filip Branco is in seventh, 13 points, and Erma Kurc is in eighth with 8 points. There's someone calling me on Skype. But the rules of starting grid is we don't restart and we don't cut. Team standings, Verba Sport is only team on it, 43 points. Sorry about that. 33 points for Verba Sport is the only team sign up on this championship. It's a very small championship, so there you go. Nations have two new teams, Team Wales and Team Canada, that sign up over the weeks that this championship is open, and is still open for new registrations from new drivers and new teams. I have to say too that every team can, and if needed, can request sponsor logos. If the sponsor are paying you to be in it, you can request that of XtremeRPM, and we will put it on the car. As for the World Rally Championship, which is made on Richard Burns, the boys have been on Mexico, the third round of the championship. It's a gravel rally, and the rally ended with a kind of unusual win. Tiago Aguiar is a new guy, but anyway, he won the rally with 66 minutes point 38 seconds. Won it over Tiago Gomes, which is not a new guy. He did it in 68.24 seconds, 68 minutes and 24 seconds, obviously. 1 minute point 46 away from Tiago Aguiar, and Tiago Aguiar won 6 special stages on this rally alone. So a good rally for the Tiago Aguiar, and then Tiago Gomes too. It's all Tiagos in World Rally apparently. Ruben Rocha was third, André Giesta was fourth, Luís Cabral was fifth, sixth was Hugo Gonçalves, 7 was Vitor Teixeira, Ricardo Moura was 8th, and this is not the Portuguese rally champion, just to be correct. Milton Motta was 9th, and finishing the top 10 was Felipe Tavares, another Portuguese driver that won the first stage, I think. Yep, he won the first stage of the rally. Power stage went to Tiago Aguiar with a time of 4 minutes and 22 seconds point 71, and Felipe Tavares in 10th, finishing the rally with more 5 minutes point 51 seconds than the leader. Last man on the rally was Diogo Velosa, which only completed one stage, then hit something on a stage and had to quit. The result of the power stage, as I said, was Tiago Aguiar first with Ford Fiesta World Rally car, and he's privateer, so well done for him, for 22.71. Givaldino was second with another Ford, this one from 2011, and from a Team Merval 2, for 25.9, so thereabouts for 3 seconds and about. Ruben Rocha was third with the Citroën DS3 World Rally car with Play Team World Rally Team 2 for 27.6 2, so they're about 5 seconds away from Thiago Aguiar. So a good result for the privateer on the third round of the championship. As for the results, overall results, obviously Thiago Gomes is in the lead, 50 points. Thiago Aguiar is in second with 45 points. Hugo Sousa is in third with 34. Diogo Velosa is fourth with 27. Sandro Pinho is fifth with 25, and thereabouts we have 38 drivers. Sorry about that, and 18 of them already posted a point. Already make the points. So a good championship to follow. You can follow the Richard Burns Championship on the forum, and it's a good championship to follow because it's got a lot of fights in it. World Rally 2, which is for cars of S2000 or R5 or RRC division. El Gonçalves in first with 61. Vitor Teixeira is in second with 55. With 55 again is Luís Cabral. Ricardo Moura with 30. Milton Mota, I was going to say Luís Mota, but it's not. It's Milton Mota. The Azurian driver with 21 points is in fifth, and 17 drivers are signed up on this championship. As for the production championship, is Elder Marques with a comfortable lead with 68 points. Govanchini with 15 is second, and third is José Carlos Silva with 12 points. Then again, these two last drivers didn't show up on the last two rounds of championship. As for World Rally Championship 3, which is for cars of front-wheel drive, Rally 3, Rui Avila is first with 60 points. Alex Albernaz, sorry, that's a strange name for a Portuguese guy, by the way, 54 points. Nuno Linhares is third with 42. Júlio Cabral, 39 points, is in fourth. Paulo Teixeira, 33 points, is in sixth, and Pedro Pimentel, 28 points. As for WRC Academy with the Citroën DS3 R3 T car, I was going to say a World car, but it's not. Rui Avila is in first. Alex Albernaz, going to be hard to say his name, by the way, is in second. Pedro Pimentel third, and fourth is Paulo Teixeira. Again, we got championship to follow because these guys always, pretty much never wins the same guy over and over again. On the teams, Team Ervazeda is in first with 68 points. KFC2 second with 52. Liz Sport is in third with 42. Team Ervazeda 2 is in fourth with 31. KFC 1 is in fifth with 25 points. Last team is Lilash Island Rally Team with 4 points only, so not a good championship for them. There you go. The results from the Rally Boys that have been rallying quietly on the background of the big championships of X Factor. Now I have to talk about F1, and we're not gonna do the preview just yet. Bear with me on this one. What we're gonna do is talk about the test race that went on Fuji. I think it was the second test race of the championship. Was to test the mod essentially, and the formation lap and the start. Apparently everything went well, judging by what Ricardo said to me. Ricardo, that is the obviously championship manager. He won the race, obviously, because I think he was only the only top guy in there. So he won the race over Felipe Gonçalves, and those guys have been battling all race, and Ricardo managing to pass Felipe on the second to last lap. from that on is all from F1. Most of the teams didn't appear on the test race. Oh, well, most of the top teams didn't appear with all of their drivers. Only Lusitania and Massar, I think, appeared with Ricardo and Nuno, which are the top drivers. And Nuno is not apparently the driver chosen by Lusitania to compete on F1. That one is obviously Ricardo, and Ricardo posting a warning thereabouts to their adversaries on the test race, second test race. The first race will be on this Sunday, this week after the one way. We have to point that F1 on Xtreme Form or F1 or whatever is 1 week after the real F1, so you guys have time to see what happens in real F1 and then come back to Xtreme Formula. We're gonna do the preview now, and the preview will be quite short. Won't do one big preview like we do like we did on for instance the endurance championship, which was quite big, to be brutally honest. And then again, I mean, it won't be as long as the F1, the WEC one, but it will be long, and prepare yourselves for that. Without further ado, I have to thank AJ for helping me on this one, because he wrote all of this for me to say, and it's a lot, so bear with me. Xtreme Formula from Trustmaster is a new championship from, well, it's not a new, well, it's a new championship with a new name, and with Trustmaster sponsorship. Every car and every team has to have Trustmaster logos on these cars, and the drivers, for the first time ever, were allowed to choose their number, apart from Vladimir Mirelli, which doesn't have choice at all, is the number one. The teams can only post 3 drivers instead of 5, which last year was 5, and then was quite a thing, having 5 drivers racing for each other. But then again, 3 drivers this year. 2 of them are, well, they're gonna race basically. The third one we'll see, but apparently the Ricardo says that it's allowed to the 3 of them to race. So we're gonna have a packed championship with a lot of drivers, a lot of them, and believe me when I say it's a lot. And the races will be exactly the same. Well, when I say exactly the same, it's pretty much the same as the real F1, and with the possibility of having the plugin of the weather. So there's not a possibility, it's a reality. They're gonna have that plugin installed on the server, and they're gonna have to race on rain and other things. And you're gonna see that on the broadcast as well. So we hope to be a good championship itself on its own, because F1 is always one of those things. Xtreme Formula now has a lot of teams in that sign up already. We have, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16 teams. Well, when I say 16 teams in the document that AJ posted, so it could be more of them. But then again, we have AJ Racing, which will count in their team with Vladimir Mirelli, number 1 of the championship. He won last year, so the championship holder will try to win it again. Obviously, that's always the objective, and AJ Racing will be there to support the driver on his quest. With his teammate will be the number 11, Maciel, which will be pretty much the second driver of F1 of AJ Racing for F1. Again, Maciel last year didn't finish the championship very well, but this year we're going to try to attack the championship, and obviously pretty sure that team orders are going to get it in one way or the other. Third driver of AJ Racing is the boss, Andrew Yates, the number 10 car. Is going to try to pick a fight with Mr. Mirelli, his number 1 driver. AJ Racing has obviously more cars and more drivers. West, the number 99, will be racing for AJ Racing too. We have to remember, I think West will be AJ Racing 3 because of the 3 drivers limitation, but we'll see. Or AJ Racing 2, we will see on the first sorry, not AJ Racing 3, will be on West Motorsport car. So there you go. It's not gonna race on AJ Racing as a team. AJ Racing 2 will count with Gaur Catalin, Milan Radiovojevic, and Richard Brooks. As for the numbers, is number 4 for Grahur, that's a hard name to say. Number 2 for Milan, and number 69 for Richard Brooks. That's a harsh number to have, but anyway, that's AJ Racing dealt with. They're gonna obviously attack the championship of drivers and the teams because they won the teams last year, but they're gonna have one hell of a fight from the Portuguese team, the first Portuguese team on the championship, Lusitania SR. They have one guy that won the championship in 2007, and that's Ricardo Ferreira, the admin from the championship. He also drives there, so he is one of the best drivers for the championship. His number is the number 7, because it's Ricardo, it doesn't have any imagination whatsoever. Nuno Pinto will be the, if I'm not wrong, 27. Yeah, exactly, 27th car. They're gonna have with them David Rego, another known driver for F1, and a new one, that is Hugo Silva, the Azurian driver, will be driving with them on Lusitania SR2 car. It's they're all gonna be racing on with if I'm not wrong, and correct me if I am, with they're all gonna be driving with Saubers, with Honda engines, and AJ will be racing with Mercedes cars. So there you go. I didn't had opened the sheet that allows me to see what kind of cars they have. And then again, the Portuguese team will try to pose a threat to the English team. Obviously everyone talks about the Portuguese and English alliance, that has been ruling Europe for the last 700 years. Here in sim racing or on XtremeRPM, that alliance doesn't exist anymore. So there you go. The Portuguese and the English will go front on the Xtreme Formula Championship. A third team that always gonna be in front is Storm Team Racing. They have one of two drivers that are really good. So they have the 2009 World Xtreme Formula Champion Juan Fran, and they are the 2010 and 2012 team champions. So yeah, you'll see where I'm going. They have obviously the two teams. They have three cars on the first one and one car on the second team. First team is composed with Marco Kozevic. Is gonna be driving alongside Juan Fran, obviously, and Kostas will be the third driver. As Shomikov will be the only driver on this is their second team. This team will be one of the teams to look out on this championship. As for the team that won last year championship, well, when I say last year, I mean not last year. They are double world champions, but not last year. From 2008 and 2009, that's Lowland Racing Team, a team that we are used to see on endurance, but then again they have really good F1 drivers, and they have the 2010 driver champion, which is Daniel Popescu, and he's gonna drive with Antti Itiainen and Govankini on the first team, and the second team will be the old school. When I say old school, they are all kinda old. So Cash, Tiger Nut, and Julio Malagarriga, the Spaniard, will be back on F1. This is a Dutch team that you have to look forward to, because they have really quick drivers too, and the old crocs will, pretty sure, will show the old boys how it's done, one way or the other. Old boys, DNF Motorsport, they are not DNF well yet, but we'll see if they manage to not be DNF that much over that many races. Rui Ferreira and René de Cligin, I think it's how it's pronounced. I'm sorry. They've been a regular team, especially with René, but this year they had to, with the team changes, obviously, they had to put one more guy on the team, and Rui was up to the job. Another team to look forward to. Another team is the Ottoman Racing Team with Brock Soil. But that's one of the drivers to look forward to. And in 2013, he pretty much on the last rounds won and did good results on pretty much all of them. So it's a driver to look forward to, and he's going to be joined by another Turkish older teammate, which at the moment we don't know who it is. So there you go. Ottoman Racing Team still doesn't have that second driver, but it will have, because the car is painted already, and will be ready for the second driver. But Xtreme Formula this year has new teams, new drivers, and there is 4 new teams. One of which is Portuguese. Project XCR is the project never ends and never starts, with the experienced Filipe Gonçalves at the wheel of the team and the car. Will be the number 1 driver. partnered with Luis Nieto in Team 1, and also in Project CR Team 2 will be Ricardo Azevedo and Pedro Gomes. These are two Portuguese drivers that are really good, and they are really consistent, as you might know from Endurance Championship. Komihava Racing Team is new on XtremeRPM. No one knows how they're gonna be, but then again, and well, they did quite a good test race, so we'll see. Valiant Hammer and Adam Kovacs will be the drivers on the team. They have a pretty good looking car. When I said that, it's almost a hard car. But anyway, there you go. Square Motorsport will be the third new team. It's a new edition, and Ron Square will be the leading driver and team manager, obviously. Gavin Thomas will be the second car, and they are both from Wales, so Welsh guys racing on F1. The yellow cars with the Welsh flag on the side will be your reminder of this team. They're gonna fight, obviously, try to fight for the Drivers' Championship again. And the last but not least new team is Marius Gipi. Has still two drivers seats available. So if you on this team, obviously, if you want a drive on F1 on a front team, speak with Marius Popescu, which will be the team manager and driver. So you will be racing on Xtreme Formula this year, and we'll be looking forward for these new 4 teams. Obviously, Project CR, we know that they are really fast. We have a team 2, we know that, but the other 2 we'll have to see. But again, they are if they are on F1, they are really fast indeed. The 26 driver limitation is still on, I think. So only the 26 fastest drivers will be on the race. So we have at the moment, let me count, which they are a lot, 3, 7, 11, 15. 33 drivers. I'm sorry about the silence, but I have to count in Portuguese, otherwise I'm gonna lose my thoughts in English. And there you go, 32 drivers to look forward to on this Xtreme Formula of 2014. It will be an Xtreme Formula really tight between the top teams: AJ, Lusitanium, Storm, Lowland, DNF and Autumn. And probably the new 4 teams will be up there too. So expect racing, because these guys, the only thing they know to do is race. So they're gonna be racing. I expect Vladimir Mirelli extremely strong, and Ricardo Ferreira too. Nuno Pinto will be there. Not sure what Nuno Pinto can do, but we'll see. Juan Fran will be there, one of the champions. Popescu will be there too, another champion, and Braxuela too, to accompany these guys. On the Portuguese front, obviously we have Ricardo Ferreira and Filipe Gonçalves. We're gonna try to attack Ricardo Ferreira on a more direct attack. Filipe Gonçalves on a, we'll see, less direct attack on the championship. As for the teams, we're hoping to see a great battle between Asia Racing, Lusitanium, Storm and Lowland. We'll see what the other teams can do for the championship of the teams. And that's it from no, it's not it, because we're still missing the broadcasts. Broadcast will be broadcast by XtremeRace TV, our official partner of XtremeRPM. On the broadcast will be done by me, and Michael Pittman, if he managed to have internet in his home, which is a bit hard, apparently. And we will be accompanying you throughout the year of F1. Round 1, we're not gonna have broadcast because we don't have computer to do it on a SimRace TV. But at least on the second round, we're gonna have that. We hope you enjoyed this video preview, and we hope to see you on the next broadcast from Extreme Formula, which will be the second race on. And now I have to search for that because I can't remember from the top of my head. I had everything on top of my head, but now I forgot, and that's not very professional. But April 13. On April 13, we're gonna have a race. The second race of the championship will be on Malaysian Grand Prix, and they're gonna broadcast it for you. The first round will be on Australia Grand Prix, and will be on March 23, so next Sunday. Be around, be on live timing, see these top guys from XtremeRPM fight for the lead on Formula 1, and we're gonna have some highlight video on the end of the week after the race, obviously. So from me, Henrique is everything. I hope you enjoyed the starting grid program. This one was alone. I kinda prefer to do it alone. I don't know why, but anyway, one way or the other, we do is more fun because he tends to take things more seriously, and I just mock about and laugh about everything he says. But anyway, here we go. From me and XtremeRPM TV itself. See you soon.